Hello there, everyone. What's been happening? But welcome back for another episode of the Anime Podcast Show. So, around a day or two ago, we celebrated a milestone for Trigun. So, as you saw the title and the name of the show that I'm going to be talking about today, that we're going to be celebrating another milestone anniversaries in the same year and the same month in April 1998. So, let me give you a little brief what I'm talking about. So, this channel will be around in the year of 2001. It will be the start of in the American culture that's going to be popping in that year. So, in the world setting to embrace futuristic set, the year 2071, following lives of traveling bounty hunters aboard a spaceship known as the Bebop. Wait, didn't I mention the title? Oh yes, but kind of. Okay, the series I am talking about is Cowboy Bebop, the most popular anime series that bring the pop culture in the year of 2001 in the channel called Adult Swim. I'm going to mention about that later in the video. So let's take a dive deep to the history of the series that came out 25 years ago in the year 1998. As to the start of developed production studio, creating the story of thinking about who would produce it. But one studio got track in mind by the one and only with notable known projects as Gundam franchise, and that would be Sunrise. As of now, you all know or don't know, the studio got changed to Bandai Namco Filmworks as the new title to the studio. This would before these type of franchises exist, like Inuyasha, Crush Gear Turbo, Welcome to the Demon School, etc. They wanted to start fresh with new concepts and stories they would love to share. In one creative minds with contribution of one of their staff, Hajime Yadet, created the idea to take a story never explored before, so they had a team up with another staff member in Sunrise, but one director had in mind this person been done directing 2 episodes and a story artist for the vision of Escaflowne and directed Macross Plus series and a movie edition named Shintaro Watanabe. The project has started with the Bandai's toy division as a sponsor with the goal of selling space toys. Watanabe recalled his only instruction was, as long as there's a spaceship in it, you can do whatever you want. But upon viewing some early footage, but it was clear that Watanabe's vision did not match that Bandai once believing that would never sell these merchandise, so Bandai put out from the project, leaving into development hell, until Bandai Visual stepped forward to sponsor it and support the project, so now Watanabe had free in charge of developing this project again to get it back on track. Cowboy Bebop was Watanabe's first project as a solo director, as he had been co-directing in his previous work, and his original concept was for a movie, and during production for Cowboy Bebop, Watanabe, treating each episode as a mini-movie, had their own stories. Each of the characters are introduced in the show needed moments to be iconic and memorable. When the story started developing that Watanabe had started with, he had begun creating the characters first, then taking aspects where taking a story in a different direction and what path the characters take in beginning, middle, and end. Then towards production started getting the cast together, and after that would be the music and composed by Yoko Kanno. When you listen to the music, you're stepping into the world with jazz and blues, performing by Seatbelts. Different genres she discovered to be added to the series, and to this day, it's the most iconic music and composing of all time. In early 1998, the studio wants to promote the right to decide where they can air it on TV in Japan at the time. So, deciding one of the main broadcasters for anime in Japan premiered on TV Tokyo. So, at the time, they were like, TV Tokyo, that is like one of the best mainstream where they can premiere new shows. So, what they decided is that for their broadcast date in TV Tokyo, there'll be broadcasting date for would be April 3rd, and their time slot would be 6 p.m. But they thought it's going to work out in that time slot. But as it came out during its first run, it only aired for about episodes 2, 3, 7 to 15, 18, and a television special, and that was it. Well, here's the reason why. because TV Tokyo can show a lot of graphic violence and a lot of adult-themed content, so it didn't go well as they were planning for. Until later that year, that a satellite network, Wow Wow, acquired the license to make a decision to broadcast it for the entirety 26-episode run from October 1998 to April 1999. But all across Japan, the full series would broadcast from Animax to air across Southeast, South, and East Asia. After those broadcasting in late 1998 and early 2000, including the reruns, it was overwhelming positive from the audience from Wow Wow and Animax. They absolutely loved it, until it will occur internationally in late 1999. In late 1999, Bandai Entertainment decided to take the series internationally and get it dubbed for the English audience. The English dub of Cowboy Bebop was dubbed by Anime's same studio who dubbed Trigun, dubbing the series around 1999 to 2000. It actually impacted with a larger audience, releasing the series on VHS, as the first release the tapes were sold through Anime Village as a box set in early 2000s, and a month later releases on DVD as 4 to 5 episodes in each DVD release, and still became a huge success. Then towards same thing with Trigun, Cowboy Bebop was actually gonna air in Cartoon Network's Toonami in early 2001, but due to their violence content, so they decided to air in a late night broadcasting channel that will be born as Adult Swim in the late of 2001 and debuted September of 2001, being the first anime series that aired on the block at midnight. During the original run, they actually skipped episodes 6, 8, and 22 due to their violence themes in the wake of the 9/11 events happening. But until the reruns had started in the third run in a row, that those episodes never got the chance to air on Adult Swim in the first place to air the entirety 26-episode run. As becoming enough, the series has been broadcast repeatedly all the time. So nowadays, that back then used to be Adult Swim, but now Toonami's back from after 2012 to this day. Cowboy Bebop is still repeat every single time. So that is very good for the block itself. But to be honest, the English cast is absolutely brilliant in my opinion, because one of the most popular and respectful anime titles in history. That was said by Anime News Network. By Hyper Magazine in Australia, the series is rated for 9.5 out of 10 as one of a masterpiece of a series, etc. One of my favorite episodes of the series is Episode 1, Asteroid Blues, Episode 5, Ballad of Fallen Angels, Episode 11, Toys in the Attic, and the final 2 episodes, 25 and 26, The Real Folk Blues Part 1 and 2. To continuing the franchise, making an animated feature film based on Cowboy Bebop with their feature film called Knocking on Heaven's Door. A plot is a mysterious terrorist planning to destroy the human population on Mars, using an unknown virus, so Spike and the others to find the terrorist and discover what his plans are before the attack that can take place on Halloween. When the film came out, it was generally positive reviews by the fans and the critics, so there will be no more movie or series to top what the series and the movie did to impact the culture. Well, until in 2008, an article regards of a rumor of a live-action Cowboy Bebop movie in development by 20th Century Fox. But until in 2014, that film never came into fruition. Until in 2017, acquiring the license, the brand, by Netflix into a 10-episode series developed by Tomorrow Studios for a long time came around for a release in November of 2021. Into a mixed reviews, then 3 weeks later, in December of 2021, it was announced that a second season is not happening as it got cancelled after one particular season. As to the legacy of the franchise, it was leave behind of new fans' interest with the original series from the creative minds of Shintaro Watanabe, as in a visionary influencer for future movies and series, as it's better than the most sci-fi films these days out there, as making the franchise would go strong as the culture grow in generations to come. So that is it for the anniversary of 25 years of Cowboy Bebop. If everyone who's watching or listening to this, hit that like button if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and hit that notification bell if you want to know when I upload again. So take care of yourselves, everybody, and stay safe, and peace.